So this seller of my specific example, he deeded the property to me, but he was the one that was the mortgage person. So I mean, in other words, he was the bank. So that's how an owner finance deal works. Now, how is that different from a subject to? Well, a subject to is kind of crafty. Watch this. The seller is going to sign a deed over to you, so now you're the owner. But the loan doesn't change. The loan stays exactly the same. And what you do is you just send payments to the bank. Pretty creative, isn't it? Now, some people think, well, wait a minute, is the bank going to accept your payments? Yes. They don't care where the money comes from, so long as it comes in. So you're probably thinking, well, geez, who's willing to do that? Who's willing to give their home to you, but then their name and their credit stays on the line? Well, let me give you a story. All right. So this was the owner of this property, a guy named Corey. He was a friend of somebody I knew. And they said, you know, Phil, I hear that you've been getting into real estate. And by the way, real estate, a lot of it is you can generate business through referrals or talking to other people and let them know what you do. And so I said, yeah, I'm in real estate. He said, well, I got this friend of mine, Corey, who needs to get rid of his house now. I said, okay, I'll go meet with him. So I go over to this property here, and I'm talking to Corey. And this is what he tells me. He says, well, Phil, the property is worth about $105,000, and I owe about $100,000. He says, Phil, I've been trying to sell my property. I'm just getting stuck. Why is Corey having trouble selling his home? He owes about as much as it's worth. He can't even pay the commissions and the closing costs. When you sell a property, there's expenses. It's funny in real estate, when a deal closes, you wouldn't believe all the hands that come out asking for money. It's pretty funny. So he can't sell his home. Well, I brought this up to him. Oh, by the way, his total payment was $900. I asked him, I said, well, Corey, what if I took over your payments? I dealt with your $900 a month. That way, because he was moving out. That way you can move out and move on with your life. He was like, oh, that'd be amazing. I said, yeah, now I can't pay off the whole 100 right now, but maybe in a couple of years I'll be able to do it. But in the meantime, I'll just be able to deal with your payment. And Corey was happy to do it. Now, is every seller going to be happy to do that? No. No, this is a small fraction of the overall number of sellers out there. In fact, it's even more reduced by the fact that typically we're dealing with people who want to sell their home that are not working with a real estate agent. When you drive out off campus and you see real estate signs, those are usually from people that are working with real estate agents. When someone's working with a real estate agent, rarely is that real estate agent going to want this to occur, because then they won't get their commission. So this is a small fraction. Our studies have shown about 5% of the total seller market fits into this category where they're kind of stuck and they need to get rid of their property fast. Does that make sense? Okay, so I also told Corey, I said, well, now look. So now if I'm going to take over your payments, I'm going to take on your responsibility.